All right. Well, we have a pretty interesting event coming up this weekend. If you're a big MMA fan, and you should be if you're following this channel for sure. And it's a fight that is actually, kind of been at least 10 years in the making. And we're finally getting it now at a point where both of the fighters are well past their prime. But I think there might be a little bit of odd serendipity to this. Because I think at this point, the fight is a little bit more even than I think it would have been circa 2008 or 2010. So we kind of got fortunate. I mean, it's not really a relevant fight anymore. None of these guys are going to be able to go on and beat Chris Weidman or Derek Brunson or Yoel Romero. But I mean, still, it's interesting. Of course, talking about Anderson Silva versus Michael Bisping, and it's who would have imagined this? You got the fight between these two guys. Two of the most well, Anderson Silva is arguably the greatest MMA fighter of all time, and Michael Bisping is one of he might just be the best English MMA fighter of all time. So both these guys, had pretty storied careers, and like I was saying earlier, I think there's been several points in MMA history where we were supposed to have this fight. I can think of at least 9 times where we were like one fight away. There was like one title eliminator involving Bisping where we almost got this matchup. But all 3 times, he had the fight against Hendo in '09. He had the fight against Chael Sonnen in 2012. I think he lost a fight against Vitor Belfort too, like in was it 2010? Yeah, it was 2010 that would have set this up. But we never got it, and here we are, both these guys well past their prime. Now, Silva, we all know what went down. He lost to Chris Weidman, broke his leg in that freak accident in the rematch, took a year off, came back, had the fight against Nick Diaz, got popped for PEDs, had to wait out another year, and now he's come back to fight. And he's taking on Michael Bisping, who's actually on a 2-fight winning streak, I believe. He beat CB Dalloway, and he beat Thales Litez. And Thales Litez, kind of weird that here we are in the year 2016. Thales Litez has already fought Anderson Silva. Bisping never has, so that's pretty interesting. That's the way life works out. So anyways, for the match itself, 5 rounds. It's not even actually a pay-per-view. In fact, it's not even on TV. It's on Fight Pass. So, yeah, who would have ever thought this? This is just one of those crazy things that happens in life. You kind of figured Anderson Silva versus Michael Bisping at one point in time would have been like an O2 show. Well, I mean, this is an O2 show itself, but I mean like a huge mass-marketed, marquee pay-per-view of the year matchup. But now, they're giving it away on the internet. Just kind of weird how life happens. All right, so the fight itself. Anderson Silva versus Michael Bisping. Michael Bisping, he has a better chance to win this fight now than he ever would have, fighting before. He would not have won this fight in '06. Definitely would have won it in 2010. But now, well, actually, I still think Anderson Silva is going to win. But I think Michael Bisping can actually make it competitive. I think he can go in there and keep it going and do some pretty decent jabbing for the first 2 rounds. But ultimately, Anderson Silva, he's getting up there in age. He's not as fast. He's not as fluid. He saw it in that fight against Nick Diaz. He's not the same guy before he had his leg snapped. But that said, I still think he's got the moves. He's quicker. He's faster. He can hit him from different angles. I think Silva wins this one 3rd round TKO. And I'm not going to go through the entire card. It's going to do the first 4 main card shows, matchups. Pretty good co-main event. Thales Litez versus Gegard Mousasi. Gonna have to go with Gegard in this one. I got him winning. Unanimous decision. Tom Breeze taking on Kita Nakamura. Actually, I'm not familiar with either of these guys. Let's look up who Tom Breeze is. Tom Breeze. Oh, he's an Englishman. He last beat up Cathal Pendred. He knocked him out. So he gave us took away that CM Punk fight from us. So yeah, he's 9-0 as a fighter. Looks pretty good. And Kita Nakamura. Oh, he's from Shudo. Oh, this could be interesting. And has he ever been in the UFC before? Trying to look. See, he has. Yeah, he used to fight way back in '07 and '06. So he's getting called up again. Huh. It's pretty interesting. And he's on a 5-fight winning streak. Yeah, let's give it to this Breeze fella. Because you got to have a passing the torch somewhere. And of course, bantamweight matchup, Francisco Rivera. Just check out his stats real quick. Rivera, last loss against John Lineker. And for Brad Pickett, his last match was, double check, oh God, 3 fights in a row. Oh, ooh, well, you know, this one, you know what that means. This is a do or die. So yeah, with that, I'm going to go with Rivera. I mean, Pickett's lost 3 in a row. So that's it. You know, nothing too fancy. Just think it's really odd and bizarre that we're getting Anderson Silva versus Michael Bisping in the year 2016 on a show that's not even going to generate a profit. It's going to get the gate money, but it's not even on like Fox Sports. It's just there. And, you know, I won't watch it, but hopefully we'll get a really awesome highlight-worthy knockout. And it'll be a lot more competitive than would have been 5 years ago. That's really all I can hope for. You know what? But stranger things have happened. We saw Ken Shamrock fight Royce Gracie and Data 5000 take on Kimbo Slice on network television live. So yeah, pretty much anything's possible in MMA these days. But still, just to recap, I'm taking Silva. Why? Simple. He's Silva.